Hello, everyone. Alrighty, it's going to be light and dark, dark and light. I'm finding sun and it's going in and out of clouds, so sorry about that. But I really wanted to come to you and talk about the importance of deliverance. Delivering evil spirits out of your soul. I like to talk about the full-blown deliverance, and I will put the link in this video by a beautiful priest. Thank you, Dan Burke on spiritualdirection.com. I found this deliverance video. It's 50 minutes, but it is beautiful. It goes through actually the exact same keys that are in the Unbound book by Neil Lozano, which I know some people have issues with. Regardless, we need full deliverance, and you and me have authority over our mind, body, and soul. And we need deliverance prayers ongoing, but also a bigger deliverance process where we can forgive people or give it to God, give them all our resentment if we don't feel it in our heart, and also cutting soul ties and occult, spirits that were cast on us, spells that were cast on us. There's witchcraft, there's the occult. And you may be like, well, where did these things come from? Well, if you played with a Ouija board, or you had a lucky rabbit's foot, or a mood ring, or you read horoscopes, or you had your palms read, or you did astrology things and tried to play that game ESP. What about light as a feather, stiff as a board as you were a kid? I know I played that. Or looking in the mirror saying Bloody Murder or Bloody Mary. I don't even know which one it was. We are opening up our soul. Little windows and little doors all the way through our soul for evil to come in. We are inviting them. And we can cast them out in the name of Jesus. Remember, Jesus said, greater things than this will you do in my name. And he cast out demons all over. We saw the apostles doing it all the time, again, in Jesus's name. So it's important that we fight the spiritual battle. I was talking to a friend yesterday, Deacon Kevin. Hello, big shout out. He's going to put my information up on his website, which is a compilation of a lot of mental health, psychiatry, life coaching, faith coaching. Thank you, Kevin, for reaching out. We're also going to do a video a little bit later that I will share with you. But he introduced me to a woman named Rachel Magistriancano. I'm butchering that last name. I knew I should have written it down. But you can just search Rachel and Patrick Coffin, or Rachel and I think it's Timothy Gordon, both of them. Patrick had a 2-part video of her and a couple of other guests. And Timothy Gordon, I think that's what I said, he has her alone, and it's just an amazing story. This woman was ritually satanic, sexually abused by a deacon who turned into a priest, who groomed her, who brainwashed her. She was so devout. She was a virgin in her 20s when she met him in Rome. And part of her story was about deliverance. Her exorcist priest, now keep in mind, after all of this that she went through, she did not have demons possessing her. But they did cast out 5 or 6 oppressive demons, which is what most of us deal with, oppression and obsession. So oppression is where we have physical things happening to us. Let's say you're a business owner. You can have your finances attacked. Let's say, or even if you're not a business owner, you can have relationships attacked. You can have physical things fall off the wall or tip over, things that can manifest physically. And this has happened to me. I was woken up in my sleep 2 times as I was going through my big deliverance exercise. And we're going to get to that in a second, because it's ongoing deliverance plus a big whopper deliverance. Now, this chick went through it for 10 months. Wow. And that is why I wanted to come to you and remind you all that we are fighting spirits and principalities. As St. Paul said, it's not a physical fight in the physical world. And if you're struggling with, perpetual sin, perpetual mortal sin. It may be because you are being tempted and attacked by evil spirits. I forgot to mention that oppression is more of a mental thing where you are being bombarded with horrible thoughts or mental images, or, you're not good enough. I was going through obsessive attacks when I was ready to speak to my priest. There's like 160 priests in my diocese. And for days, I could not think of anything except for how dumb I was to leave my executive career for this Catholic thing. How stupid I'm going to feel when I am talking in front of these gentlemen, these holy priests who are so much holier than I am, know so much more about the faith. I was going to talk to them for 3 hours. And by the way, I did. But during that time, I had 2 weeks of constant crying and I was being attacked. So my spiritual director, who's a priest trained in Ignatian spirituality, told me, yeah, of course you're being attacked. Satan doesn't want you talking to these priests, letting them know what they need to do to help support women in their parish and their congregation. He doesn't want anything to happen here. So I went through a deliverance exercise, and I have to tell you, it was a game changer. I have a video on my YouTube page. Just search Deliverance, and I'm sure a bunch of them will come up and you can hear the full story. But I want to stay on target here, which is bringing to you how important deliverance is, that we must fight the spiritual battle. And Jesus gave us the weapons, so we best use it. So in this link, thank you, Dan Burke, spiritualdirection.com. I love you. I found this priest who is from, I believe, the St. Michael Spiritual Recovery Center. And every month he does a live deliverance broadcast on YouTube, and it goes deep. It's 50 minutes, and it really covers forgiveness. It covers the occult, soul ties, any kinds of hexes or spells that you've been put on or under. And don't be surprised that people will actually do this to people. I've known people who had spells cast on them and it's ruined their lives. They had to move from their home. It's insane who is out there. There are a lot of people that do not believe in the God that we believe in, that do not believe in Jesus Christ, who believe that they're gods, who worship Moloch and Satan and Lucifer and Baal and all these different witchcrafts. I mean, they're trying to normalize it. Think of how many, Red Bull gives you wings, and why is it a witch around a cauldron casting spells? That it's trying to be normalized. Have you seen advertisements for Nike or Reebok lately? They have shoes that actually are cut on the front with a slit to look like a hoof, like Moloch's foot, who's a transgender, by the way. Okay, I'm getting off on it. Bing, 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 you know me. I gotta pull myself back together. Oh, ADHD. It's an actual thing. Deliverance Prayers for the Laity by Father Ripperger. I think that might be Ripperger. Sorry, that might be backwards. There are so many spirits that can manifest in our lives. And remember, there are 3 things that keep us away from God. It's Satan, the world, and the flesh. So I'm not going to say that everything is the devil made me do it. But darn it, we better cast it out if we're struggling with something. If we're tempted with mortal sin, we want to cast out that impurity as soon as we can. So I will attach the link so that you can go through the larger 50-minute deliverance process, if you will. And then it's maintenance. So here's for an example. Let's say you are trying to eat better, or you want to stay away from things that you're kind of addicted to. Maybe it's food, sugar, alcohol, marijuana, pornography. Maybe you're addicted to social media, and you sometimes have this bodily urge to run to the closet, run to the cabinet, and eat Oreos, or flip open that laptop and watch porn and get that kind of euphoric feeling that you get from these drugs and alcohol and this, sex and let's call it what it is, masturbation. And you have those endorphins floating through you right beforehand. You might be so out of control. Like, if I don't do this right now, I'm going to freak out. Now that is not normal. So you can pray a deliverance prayer in the name of Jesus Christ. It's not us that has the power. It's Jesus and his precious blood who wins, who can cast out these spirits. And they're very legalistic. But when you do it the right way, with belief, they've got to go. They have to go. In the name of Jesus Christ, I bind the spirit of addiction, of alcoholism, of smoking, of pornography, of impurity. All of these are spirits that manifest themselves. And in this book, there are 11 pages in the back that show you more. It's crazy. Migraines, heart, cardiac issues, spine issues. It's insane how often we could be attacked in a physical way through illness and sickness. I keep looking to see how long am I going, because usually I make these pretty short. All right. In the name of Jesus Christ, I bind the spirit of addiction, of impurity, of pornography, of gluttony. And I command you to go to the foot of the holy cross for Jesus Christ to pour his precious blood on you and to receive your sentence, never to come back again. Now that's part one. There's two parts. It's very, very important. There's two parts. One is to cast them out. But then we must fill ourselves with the Spirit of God. And that comes through the Bible. You remember that parable of the person who cast out the spirit left and tried to find another place to go, couldn't find anything, then came back to that soul, and it was all swept up and nice and tidy and clean. And then that spirit brought 7 more, worse than the first, and the state of that person's soul was worse than when that person cast out that spirit, the one. So that's why we follow up with, in the name of Jesus Christ, Father, please fill me, usually with the opposite of what we just cast out. Fill me with your temperance, your self-control, your peace, your purity, your love, your mercy, whatever. You keep going on and on and on. And now you've done the 2 steps. Try it. I'm telling you, I hear it all the time. And I have this experience myself. When you are, I've got to have that Oreo, or I've got to watch that porn, or I've got to do this. When you cast it out and you fill yourself with the Spirit of God, you should feel peace. It's amazing. And I love it when I hear people, they send me emails, they send me private messages on social media saying, oh my gosh, it worked. What a game changer. And unfortunately, Satan's done such a great job to convince people that he doesn't exist or that he's not around. But you can see it again in advertisement, in music videos, in what's going on in the ideology, the transgender ideology, and all these things that are coming. They are based on evil. So we've got to fight the fight. We're fighting spiritual powers and principalities here, my friends, not just the physical world. So let's start using our spiritual weapons. Otherwise, we're just basically walking out naked, trying to fight the fight. We're not putting on the armor of God. I strongly encourage you to get Deliverance Prayers for the Laity by Father Ripperger, because there are so many prayers in there that you can pray for yourself, for your spouse, for your children. It's amazing. And in this 50-minute video, you can also pray for others. It's really beautiful. Again, I will put that video in the description of this video. And I'm also going to come and test a couple of lives using my phone, because boy, it's a pain to put it on my laptop. Last time, I mean, it's like a technical nightmare. Maybe it's gotten better. I don't know. I'll have to look out there, but I haven't done lives in a long time. And I will also hopefully share my live Q&A with you as well that I had with Virtual Catholic Conference, so keep an eye out for that. And don't forget, you can hear me every day. I take my Reality Reflections podcast that are supposed to be 10 minutes. Sometimes they're 15, sometimes they're 20. I actually had a few that were 30. But I try to keep them short so that every day you and I can put Jesus on and walk on this spiritual journey, praying and supporting and loving each other until we meet in heaven one day, God willing, or purgatory, whichever one. Alrighty, everyone. I love you all. Find something more with God. Cast out those spirits. Take control of your life. Find that peace, that love, that joy that surpasses all understanding. And have a blessed and inspired day.